Welcome to Citron's Kitchen. On today's episode, we are going to be making a creamy, cheesy, and most important, delicious baked mac and cheese. Typically, I would provide the measurements needed. However, moving forward, I will simply be providing the ingredients only. The reason so is because I want to encourage everyone to use their taste buds to personalize their own dish. So I will be providing the foundation, and using the foundation, you could create and personalize your own meal. So enough talking, let's get back to the video. So what I am doing now is heating up a pot of water. After adding in the water, I added in some oil just so that the pasta that I am going to be boiling does not stick, and then some salt. Boil your elbow macaroni to al dente. As your pasta is on the stove boiling, you could redirect your attention to begin preparing a milk custard as one of the bases for your macaroni and cheese. I am adding in a can of evaporated milk, and then I will be pouring in some whole milk, which will be equivalent to the amount that was in the can. The amount of milk you choose to pour in will determine the consistency of your macaroni. If you like your macaroni runny, add in more milk. If you like your macaroni stiff and dry, reduce the amount of milk. So after the milk, add in 1 egg. And I know everybody makes their custard differently. I personally like to add 1 egg per box. So after the egg is added in, I am gonna squeeze 1 packet of Velvetta cheese. So I bought the cheese that were pre-packaged, so I am just using 1 packet. After your Velvetta cheese has been added in, go ahead and give the custard a nice mix before adding in some black pepper. To this custard, I will be adding in some mild shredded cheese. I am pouring half of the bag into the custard. The remaining half will be used as a topping slash crust for my mac and cheese as it's baking later on. So my custard is made. I'm going to redirect my attention to cutting cheese. I typically buy blocks of cheese that I will cut into small square pieces. The cheese that I am using is a smoked Gouda, followed by a pepper jack, and then a sharp cheddar. Also, as you do this, make sure to keep an eye out on your pasta so that it does not overboil. This is an example of al dente pasta for those who don't know. As soon as you strain the water from the pasta while hot, go ahead and add in some butter. And then begin to add the cheese. Because the pasta is hot, it will slowly start to melt the cheese. It may take some time, but this will slowly start to happen. It doesn't matter what order you add your cheese in. The goal is just to kind of add all the cheese that you will be using into a bowl before pouring in your custard. So that butter and cheese is added in, it's time for my favorite part, seasoning. So I am gonna go ahead and start off with garlic powder. Just sprinkle a good amount in there, followed by some paprika. Major key right here, taste your food. If you taste your food, you will know what's missing. And honestly, this is one of the reasons I wanted to steer away from measurements, because everyone likes their food flavored differently. Some individuals may like more seasoning than me, and some may like less. So I am encouraging everyone to use your taste buds to taste what it is that you're making. After giving the macaroni a nice mix, go ahead and add in some Lorry's. If you don't have Lorry's in your kitchen, what are you doing? Like, that is a staple. Lorry's seasoned salt. So now I'm gonna add some black pepper. At this point, I was pretty satisfied with how the pasta tasted and how everything tasted salt wise. So I then transitioned my attention to pour in the custard that I made previously. So after I poured it in my milk custard, I realized that it diluted the seasoning I had previously added. So I am gonna go in and just add in a little bit more paprika, since paprika doesn't have a strong flavor, and then some all-purpose seasoning, adobo. All right, go ahead, flick of the wrist, give it a nice little mix, combine everything. This will be your last final mix before transferring it into a pan to bake in the oven. Last and final step, top it off with some cheese. I am using the remaining half of the mild cheese that I had. And you can determine how much cheese you want to top off your baked macaroni with. Slide it in the oven at 350, bake it for about 30 to 45 minutes. This step right here is me checking to see if my macaroni was done. I am serving this to my family, so it didn't have to be aesthetically beautiful. However, if you don't want to poke all around the macaroni, you don't have to do that. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment below and like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.